Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo, and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim sauce with the awesome fave, with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. And boy, what a special edition we have today. We're celebrating Oktoberfest at Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market in Hollywood. It's right here on State Road 7. And we've got a guest co-host today sitting next to me, the man of the hour, because he walked in here today and you would think the Pope was here. Not Edwin Pope, like the actual Pope Francis, but this guy has got a following. Tony Segreto.
Hello, Michael.
Welcome back to the Lunchbox. Usually we see you at Gulfstream Park.
You'll see me tomorrow
on a Friday, but we are very pleased to have you out here in lieu of the gambling, marauding Jeff Defo DeForest.
You can't trust him.
And to tell you the truth, I'd rather be sitting next to you here where everybody's coming up and just saying, Tony, it's so great to see you. We miss you on TV. We miss the sports report on NBC6. One of the things that fell by the wayside. But we're not here to dwell on the negative today, Tony.
No.
We're here to celebrate
Oktoberfest. And Lubie's here.
And Lubie is here. Hi, Mike Lubie.
Hello.
And all we're missing is our Stein's beer, which I was thinking about bringing in a six-pack that I have in my fridge because I'm trying to be healthier and I need to clear out all the unhealthy things in my fridge. But alas, I didn't want to violate any rules in case they're not allowed to have beer here. But we do have brats and sausages.
Wow.
And look at this platter. Do you see this, people at home?
They're a lot.
This is spectacular.
Turkey sausage. You got regular sausage. You got
pork sausage, turkey sausage,
pesto sausage.
We got chicken pesto. We got chicken with. I think he said there's one with like some.
There's
peppers
feta. There's pepper
chunks.
and
like,
something else.
Yeah, so we've got the wide world of sausage here, and I did my prep work this morning by going out along the Hollywood Broadwalk, almost 6 miles, 5.5 miles.
5.5 miles.
And I actually jogged the last
Wow.
half mile.
You just started, right?
I just started this week kind of getting back into the game.
You just take it easy.
Well, I did. I mean, I started the other day. I did 4 miles of just straight walking. Then I cut back to 2.5 miles of walking and then a little bit of these like machines that they have on the side of the sidewalk. What they call these linear parks now, which is wonderful. That you have these, it's kind of not weight machines, but resistance machines.
Yeah, they have them all around the track.
Yeah, you use your own weight to do things. And I did that the other day. And then today I got back up to 5.5 miles. And in between, I take these pit stops and do all kinds of eating. So it's guilt-free.
You sort of negate it.
Yeah,
it
it's
evens out.
At this stage of the game,
you have to negate.
I pray for the push. The tie goes to the runner.
Have to go with the push.
The tie goes to the player, not the dealer. So I'll take the tie at this point. Especially look at this. I mean, I guess we were going to be talking to Jose, who's one of the managers here. We saw Doug Carter, one of the owner here since 1962. Do you know the backstory here, Tony? And you said you've known Doug for a long time, right? Used to shop here. Well, it was Elsie, his late wife's family, that originally started this whole thing in the early 1950s. And it was a little bit down the road here on State Road 7, back when this was all farmland. And it was actually a chicken farm down the road. They actually had live chickens, and they would, capture them and freshly slaughter them for sale, which is a tremendous, you can't get any fresher than that. But in the early 60s, I think it was 1962, Doug and Elsie bought it from Elsie's parents, bought the business, moved it up here to this very location, 4191 North State Road 7. And it's right across from the classic Seminole Bingo Casino. Well, I call it the bingo hall because back in the day, you remember when they were doing raids and they were like shutting it down. Bob Butterworth, when he was the sheriff in Broward County, said no gambling. That would be immoral. Times have definitely changed. But across the street, Doug and his crew have been selling all this quality product for years and years.
It's a small little place, but it's powerful when you walk in. It's powerful when you walk in.
I'm going to cut you up some of this sausage.
I just don't know if he likes hot or not. That's one reason why I'm not cutting him things.
Did you give me the hot?
Oh, yeah.
I give you all the hots. These are all hots. I already gave you hot.
You gave me this?
You can grab as much as you want, but I grabbed you the hots because I know you like hot.
And I don't mean to get ahead of myself. I'm very, very excited because
I don't know if he likes hot.
Beautiful house-made sausage. And I got
I can give Tony a little bit of hot
pub mustard. I don't know if anybody out there is familiar with this product, but this is a British product. It's often sold in powdered form, which they have over there on the shelf, which you use in some recipes when it's calling for mustard powder. But they also sell the actual mustard. Coleman's is seen in British pubs when you have those platters of bangers and mash or crackers with some of the cheese, and you scoop it on there. And this is like, you have the house Chinese mustard at Chinese restaurants. Not those crappy ones in the plastic packets that Defo hates so much, but the real house mustard, it clears your sinuses. It's good for any cold. It's been more effective than some of those cold sprays, nasal sprays that the FDA has pulled from the shelves. But the pub mustard is nice and strong, and it goes good with these sausages. And we're missing our mugs to say Prost and good health, L'chaim, Salud, Chantani, whatever toast you want to say with our imaginary beer mugs. I have water today. And we'll have our sausages. And Oktoberfest actually happens now. This time of year in September. And oh yeah, that's clearing out the sinuses. That's some good product right there. Those chicken sausages.
Oh my God, they're delicious.
So you can get, and it was funny because I was talking about, I'm a regular customer here. I've been coming here for over 30 years. I have never once gotten the sausages here.
They have a whole display right here in the front, and they have it marked well for you so that you can see the chicken, the turkey, the hot, the mild. Then you get the real.
They're bursting with flavor, and you could just tell by the way. I mean, and these are not. Sometimes you go to the store and they have packet sausages, and they're maybe a little bit flimsy. I mean, this is the kind of sausage that you definitely get bang for the buck, the type that Madeline Kahn raved about in, I guess it was Blazing Saddles or one of those movies.
You could basically serve a husband and wife one of these.
Oh yeah,
I mean, that's the thing. They are massive. Like
that's a big sausage.
And
now,
there's a lot to them.
I just had the turkey hot sausage. Absolutely delicious, and you can tell that this is a house-made product. They're not bringing this in from some manufacturer factory.
No, that's what.
They said everything's made in house.
That's what impressed me.
Because this is Delaware Chicken Farm. They have all these great poultry products. This is the place where I get my Thanksgiving bird every year. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
But they get these fresh killed turkeys in that are big and beautiful and plump, and I think they bring them in refrigerated trucks down from a farm in Florida. Yep. And I know it's quite the scene here in November, the days leading up to Thanksgiving, on that whole Tuesday and Wednesday all day long. People are streaming in, and they have it on index cards. You call in your turkey order a couple of weeks in advance.
Wow.
You give them your phone number. That's your ID, and they have this card of you have a 20 to 22 pound turkey. Yep. You go in there, they'll pick it up. You get whatever side dishes. Sometimes people pick up some stone crabs to go along with it, and they have all these Hollywood police off-duty details directing traffic because it becomes such a scene in the parking lot here. My tip, and this is one of those longtime resident life hacks, is I come in, I pick up my turkey on Tuesday morning. I get here, it opens at 7 o'clock holiday on Thanksgiving week.
7.
I get here at like 5 after 7 in the morning, and nobody's here yet. And it just walks right in. But if you come back, let's say Wednesday at 1 in the afternoon, you're going to be waiting out in line out there. It's
that's crazy.
Like waiting for to get into some of these Heat playoff games or something before they open the gates at 6 o'clock. But
this is, I have to tell you, This is absolutely fabulous.
Well, and you haven't even gotten to the good stuff. Well, this is good stuff, but I'm talking about the stuff that they're known for, which is the seafood, the fish, the Florida lobster tail. And next month, I mean, I'm getting ahead of myself with Thanksgiving, Lubie. And that, that annoys me. Like on the Let's Eat South Florida
when people
group.
do that and you're already doing it. My wife was humming Christmas songs yesterday, and I wanted to say, relax. We haven't got to think until Halloween yet. Like, come on. I know I'm dressed in mustard.
It's got the
My
mayo.
God,
Everyone-
can't take you anywhere.
It's got the
Well, it's
condiment
just so
nose.
good. It's hard to
That's
control
usually
yourself.
what I do. I get stuff all over my face.
But yes, Thanksgiving will be great here, but we're in for lots of fun today and even next month.
Oktoberfest, and then next month, we have the beginning of stone crab season, which to me, it's October 15th is the official start of when the crabbers, the fishermen out there in the Florida Bay, the Gulf Coast, can start pulling up the traps. So usually those first fresh catch comes into the stores. Sometimes it's that later that day on the 15th. This year, the 15th is a Sunday. They'll pull up the traps starting, at 3, 4 in the morning, and they try to get them on the trucks. And what stone crabs, of course, they boil them on the boats. So, when you have a stone crab, it's not a raw product. It's you serve them chilled, but they're steamed in the shell on the boat for freshness.
Yeah.
And then they come off the docks, they get on the trucks, and they come out to all the seafood restaurants and the seafood stores. So later that day on that Sunday, maybe in time for the Sunday night football game, you can get your first stone crabs of the season.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. And but we're going to be in on that first Thursday after stone crab season starts next month. October, I believe it is going to be the
19th, right?
19th, is it? Sunday, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th.
I thought you said the 19th.
Yeah, 19th. Thursday the 19th. I didn't count,
I
too.
knew it was the 19th. That's
I
why
went
I
to
don't know why
Tufts.
you're
Tony was
debating me.
just
Like, I know it's
bragging on
19th.
me before the show because I was having trouble with
The cord.
with
my
your
cord
headset.
twisting around my headset. And yes, this is the value of a
Yeah.
higher education that has a big price tag.
It's coming handy. Believe me, it's coming handy.
15th, 16th, Monday, 17th, Tuesday. Yeah, the 19th. Thursday the
already said
19th
it was
will
the
be
19th.
in. And we're going to be celebrating the stone crab claw. And again, to me, stone crab season marks not just the being able to eat delicious stone crabs. It also marks kind of the unofficial end of the off season and hurricane season, even though it officially goes to December 1st. It is a freakish occurrence, but sometimes we do get those late season storms like Wilma. Yeah, Hurricane Wilma was October 25th.
In October, yeah.
But generally, hopefully, things will be calm at that point. But again, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk Oktoberfest.
We have been fortunate, just to pick up on this. We have been fortunate. They're already going on O.
Yeah,
I know.
And
We haven't had any.
I don't want to jinx anything,
Yeah.
but in terms of the anxiety level, I measure how bad of a hurricane season it is in South Florida, not just by if we have any direct impacts or glancing blows, but how many days that we're in the cone of concern and the cone of death or whatever you want to call that cone. And knock wood, so far this year, we have not been in any cones. And all those storms seems to be there seems to be, I don't know if it's El Nino. I'm not Brian Norcross, although I am sitting next to Tony.
It's the guy who worked with him
I
for
don't know,
years.
El Nino, but it seems like everything is curving up and away from us, and that's a beautiful sight to behold. It's going like some of those Florida State kickers back in the days of FSU.
Yeah, far right.
Yep.
People really ought to come here because you can just get turkey. You can get turkey wings. You can get turkey necks. You can go get lobster tails. You can just get lobster, the whole lobster.
If you're like me, if you're trying to eat a little bit on the, let's say, lighter, healthier side, you don't have to have red meat here. You can obviously get a full month's worth of stuff with just poultry, turkey, chicken, white meat chicken, and then the seafood, fish, this array of fish. You were commenting.
Oh my God, it's just so beautiful.
The grouper looks beautiful. The what else were we looking
Branzino. The
Branzino
Branzino.
looked really nice.
which we saw last month. And there was one other thing in particular that was a local. The swordfish. You were commenting on the swordfish. Looks beautiful. And that's from local Atlantic waters too. We have seen. It's funny. You used to see swordfish on menus all the time back in the 1980s when I first came to South Florida to live and work here. And then it seemed to have gone away and it fell out of favor. I think because there was some negative reports about mercury levels and things like that. And it might have also been overfished. I always think swordfish is great, and it's like anything else. It's everything in moderation. So if you have one swordfish steak every month or every couple of months,
to me, it's my go-to at Anthony's.
Oh, and that's right. We talked about that before.
Yeah.
At Anthony's Runway 84, they do a preparation that's also perfection. And we have our friends at Even Keel Fish Shack in Lauderdale by the Sea. They do also a beautiful swordfish special. They put it on the menu, but they have friends that are, fishermen that they go out and they have their commercial fishing licenses. So they'll pick up a couple of swordfish, cut them up, and sell them right to Brad and Dave there at Even Keel. And they put it in a preparation where they whip up these little purees of different, bases of either turnip puree from some local farms. And it's marvelous. And I just love fresh local Florida seafood because the bounty of the sea is, I always like to eat local and support local, and nothing pains me than you go into some of these fancy chain seafood restaurants. And I'm not talking about Red Lobster. I'm talking about like the upscale version, this Eddie V's. And you look at their seafood selection and it's South African lobster tails, salmon from the Faroe Islands, which is off the coast of Norway, Alaskan halibut. And then I say, well, where's the Florida grouper? Where's the
tuna,
red snapper?
mahi.
Where's the tuna from either the local waters around here, or the swordfish? And they say, oh, we don't have any of that. We don't source it. Our corporate says we have to source from our major distributors from all over the world. And I'm like, how could you not feature the bounty of the South Florida Sea?
Yeah. And it's funny, when I go to Vermont, we just buy local.
Mm-hmm.
So you're buying tuna,
different kind of fish.
You're buying, you're buying everything that's fresh,
like a cod or something.
They get, So it's like, and when we're here, then we buy local here. So it's, we're getting a snapper, we're getting just a local fish, which is ideal. Have you tried this yet?
I'm working my way across all the different sausages. And
God, these are great.
This is very keto friendly. At one point,
that
Defo would go
true.
crazy anytime I would mention the word keto. Keto just means low carb and just eating lots of protein and cheese, vegetables. Actually, you want to cut out sugars entirely and cut out the pastas and starches. I'm not going keto.
Okay.
But today, I just wanted to concentrate on the beautiful sausages for Oktoberfest. I used to eat a lot of sausage in my younger days. That might be hard to believe since my whole body resembles
looks like
a sausage stuffed into a casing.
Wait. If you saw him in a Speedo,
Oh God!
You would be not eating lunch. You would be put off your lunch.
well, yeah, but you would see a man who's a pear on the top and on the bottom, not sure.
So we're here at Delaware. We're going to maybe take a break and we'll get
We're gonna try to get Jose on.
one of the managers, on to talk about what's coming up next month in the world of seafood.
Talk
he'll
about
also
the
talk about
sausage.
the sausage too.
Yes,
We're eating sausage. We're talking sausage. I know there's a lot of there are Oktoberfest celebrations taking place around South Florida in the upcoming weekends. I know my former colleague at the Sun Sentinel, Philip Valise, just wrote a roundup of some of them. And I don't know, have you ever gone to some of the Oktoberfest celebrations around town?
No,
I know there used to be some traditional ones at the German American Club. There's one up in, I think, Lake Worth or Lantana had a big German American Club where they always had a very festive Oktoberfest celebration. There was a German American Club in Hollywood, which is one of those, Holly Weird, we call it. It was one of these spooky, weird properties, but I was there once for an Oktoberfest and it was pretty darn fun. And then you have some of the places downtown. There's a place called The Wharf in downtown Fort Lauderdale.
that place is fun.
That they're doing an Oktoberfest celebration this weekend. And a lot of the local microbreweries, our friends over at Three Sons and Lauderdale, they're having Oktoberfest celebrations in the upcoming weekends. A lot of them do put out special dark beers and the Munchen, the Munich style Bavarian beers.
Now, this weekend alone, I'm going to go to all these places, get their beer, take it home,
buy some sausage.
And then you're all set.
And then you got a whole football smorgasbord this week.
You got Saturday is
Saturday,
hectic.
Florida State,
and then you got Sunday.
Florida State's they're playing a big game at Clemson.
They play Clemson, Oregon, Colorado, Alabama,
Notre Dame, Ohio State.
Yeah,
that's
UCLA, Utah's another ranked matchup. There's a ton of great games this weekend, and you don't have to look any further than here. Get your catering done.
Sausage.
Maybe I'll get some light beer and a whole bunch of these sausages and just sit down with a platter on my belly like this and just recline and watch several games.
Let's take a break.
Let's take a break. We'll be back with Jose, the seafood manager here at Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market, after these words on the Lunchbox. Mayo here for Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. Since 1951, family owned for over 70 years, the home of freshness. I've been a customer for over 3 decades, and it's the place to go for poultry, steaks, meats, and of course, their unbelievable selection of fish and seafood. They've got it all. Key West pink shrimp, grouper, snapper, lobster, and of course, Florida stone crab claws of all sizes. Don't forget their famous fish dip and a full selection of prepared foods. It's located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, just across from the Seminole Classic Casino. Owner Doug Carter and crew will take great care of you. Make sure to check out their weekly specials and daily catch online at DelawareChicken.com. Quality, value, freshness, that's the Delaware way. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. Do you like pizza? Who doesn't like pizza? Well, my spot for pizza is the Pizza Spot. It's in that little bit hard to find Riverside Park neighborhood of Fort Lauderdale, but it's totally easy to love. It's at 601 Southwest 12th Avenue, New Haven style, a pizza from Wade and Reese. It's a lovely outdoor spot. You could also pick up pies to go at 754-779-7788, 754-779-7788. Again, they're open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner. Some of the best pizza I've ever had. Go to Pizza Spot. They also have subs, salads, and more. Tell them the Gambling Gourmet sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, that's my spot. It's upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. Beach Cafe. It's a South Florida landmark, and it's one happy restaurant right on the water. Tables literally on the beach. A place where you could dip your toes in the sand, kick back, relax with island vibes, tropical drinks, and live music daily. You know it. It's at 1 Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea. And of course, it has Chef Chris Nealon and his famed Caribbean Floridian cuisine. The huge menu with something for everyone. Seafood, raw bar, conch fritters, burgers, sandwiches, salads, deli specials, and of course, that famous Bimini bread. They've got a great staff that'll take great care of you. There's something to celebrate every day. Open 7 days until late. Parking available on site. Happy hour weekdays 4 to 7 p.m. Go check out more at arubabeachcafe.com. Better yet, go in there yourself at Aruba Beach Cafe. Good food, drinks, friends, and laughter are always the catch of the day. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the blackened grilled wings, and of course, the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox, Mayo, and Defo sent you. We're back on the Lunchbox, and almost with my mouth full. I managed to get a little bit of that sausage in there, and I'm still chewing it, but I can talk. Yeah. We're joined now by Jose, the seafood manager, but he knows of everything about this place, including the sausages.
It's so great to see you again.
And we got the
legendary Tony Segreto, who, yeah, I mean, I was telling people the way everybody lit up in here, like it's an old friend, because Tony hasn't been on. He said it's been 14 years since he retired from the airwaves of being the news anchor. And of course, he's a longtime sports guy, sports anchor, fill in for George Michael on that nationally syndicated Sports Machine program. Everybody knows Tony in South Florida. Everybody loves Tony. Not like me. They see me coming. Sometimes they get angry.
When they see Tony, they see happiness.
They see happiness. They see me coming. They say, I'm either the curmudgeon news columnist who's coming to slash and burn the politicians.
Well, you walk in like this, and you walk, your dopper's down, you don't smile. What are they supposed to think?
I was the critic. I had to keep my head down. I didn't want them to recognize me when I was the food critic. And then they really didn't like me after I wrote some of my reviews. But now everything's changing for me, because I only associate with places that I love, that I could back their quality, their value, their service. And that's why Delaware fits the bill for the Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. It is Lunchbox approved every time.
It is great. This sausage and turkey is turkey and chicken sausage is just the best.
It's good. It's healthier too.
And we started very slow. We only started with the turkeys, and the beginning was hot and mild, but people start asking for hey, well, what about chicken? What about the pork? And we had increased a little more of the variety.
You also make breakfast, but they're
we
frozen.
also make the breakfast sausage, which is amazing.
Yeah, I would make these with my eggs.
This belly is not for no reason. This is the reason.
He keeps pushing the breakfast sausage. You gotta make us some before we go.
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and but I'll gladly have my eggs with some of these turkey and chicken sausage. The one with the feta cheese, absolutely brilliant. I love that Greek, the flavoring, the cheese, it's all good.
It goes good.
And so you don't have to be German to enjoy a good sausage. You got the Greek style, and I
like the spice. I like
spicy. That's why I got my Coleman's Pub Mustard. Do you ever use this product? This is a English
pub.
That one yet. It opens up the sinuses. It's kind of like the Chinese house mustard. It's very it's good. It gives you a good little.
Let me tell you something.
You should. He got that's the Coleman spice right there.
That's the pepper.
Here, take some.
You're speaking to. Take it away.
Yeah, I'm going to take it away. He's
in Tony, the pepper.
This is the perils of the Lunchbox when we're doing the live streaming. When you get a little of that hot pepper or the mustard.
That's the.
But what I was going to ask is, I think it's great to have such a variety of chicken and turkey sausage, because not only is it, people sometimes avoid the pork because of health reasons, but also religious reasons. You have a large Jewish community nearby. A big Muslim halal community has grown in Broward County. And, some people just don't eat pork products. Yeah. And having the chicken and turkey as an option is great.
And we try to accommodate, remember, Delaware chicken. So we stay with our poultry before anything else. We started with poultry and the eggs. So we try to give the respect of what Delaware Chicken Farm started, and also the freshness, and try to keep it.
So what I was going to say before is, you are talking to an original sausage maker.
You said your father, your great father,
my great grandfather was the first sausage maker in Detroit.
Wow, this is like old school.
Now
kicking it old school with Tony Segreto.
Now I was 17 years old. I got a job at Lorenzo's.
Oh, here in Hollywood,
Italian market, making sausage.
Now Lorenzo's went out, I think about 10 years ago.
Roughly about 8 to 10 years.
It was right across the street from Mimi's Ravioli, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Lorenzo's, I know, They used to use
No,
Lorenzo's.
Lorenzo's was on North Miami Beach.
Oh, it's
No,
Lorenzo.
yeah.
That's okay. I'm thinking
Down
of
in US 1 by
right
by the railroad
I
tracks.
got my sausage places mixed up. Lorenzo's also did close a little while ago, and it was a classic Italian market.
Yeah.
Thank goodness we still have Mimi's ravioli.
Yeah,
but
Mimi's.
you know, for those who are into the classic Italian pastas and stuff. But for sausage, you know, all you need to do is come right here. That's it.
We take a lot of pride on the process, and like we only make them when we need them. So it's not something that is sitting in the cooler for days at a time.
Now, how often do you get your fish in?
Daily, depending what we got going on. We just got the king wild salmon from Alaska.
Oh yeah, I see it out there.
We
You
just
could
picked
tell
that up
the
this morning.
difference in the color between the farm raised and the wild, right?
Yeah, but it just got picked up this morning. It flew in and
By
Alaska
itself.
Airlines.
I didn't know salmon had wings.
Alaska Airlines, they do provide a good service, and like yellowtails is when they come from the boats. They're called depending how many you need to survive for a couple of days at a time. So you need a couple of 100 pounds. You need 100 pounds. You need 300 pounds, and just bring them in. You know, we our license to do the trip tickets in the state of Florida is 144. That's how old it's
Number 144 out of all the fishmongers, fish markets.
140 just to do our trip tickets to the commercial boats. That's 144. You go to apply for that license now, and you're in the 2000s and past.
Wow.
So that's how long Doug is and the family's been doing a
long time.
The
What do you
commercial
sell
fishing.
most of here?
In poultry or seafood?
Either one.
Most of.
Oh, overall.
Quantity wise, would be poultry, chicken, weight.
Because you're buying
It's,
more
the value,
pounds.
like with the pounds, the seafood is when the stone crab season comes in and the shrimp. It's a lot more expensive product, so it brings the revenue side to side with the poultry. But
I see a lot of
poultry,
crabs
I
moving.
mean,
People love the crabs.
the garlic crabs,
Yeah.
we just made them today.
Yep.
I mean, it's just the guy comes in the day before, like yesterday. We can't cook them the same day, so we have to put them in the cooler with ice, and then we'll process them in the morning.
That's the blue crabs
the
for
blue
the
crab.
garlic crabs, right? The stone crabs, once they come in off
Once
the
they
boat,
come in, they go
boom,
straight to the
right
cooker.
there.
Yeah,
And we're looking forward to next month. Again, it's going to be on that Sunday, the 15th.
the 15.
And then we'll be in right behind it on Thursday, the 19th.
We'll have a big day that day.
Oh, that is going to be, it's one of my
I
favorites.
think Tony's just gonna pass by. Like I
just gonna
belong to
live
that show.
Defo's
belong
going to
to
be
that
really,
show.
really pissed when we say, sorry, Defo, we don't need you today. We're going to have Tony come in.
I think
Take
somebody's
another
gonna
trip
say
to
yes.
Atlantic City. Go
Yeah,
to Chef
go
Vola's
to
again.
Atlantic City.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be a big weekend. A big
Yeah,
week. I
you
mean,
guys love
Stone
it.
Crab
That first
season
week.
open.
Stone crab season. Plus, you have Thanksgiving right after that.
Yeah. Oh,
You are just-
once we hit the beginning of stone crab season, it's on.
Yes,
Like
it's
season
on.
has begun, and
Yes.
it's that boom,
One
boom,
thing
boom,
after
boom.
another one.
Yeah.
A lot of the northern people, like Canadians, they start coming back to Florida at that time of the year.
Yeah.
So things getting a little more crowded, more
The snowbirds
busy.
return,
Yes.
and you do see it on the roadways
And they
starting
do-
October 1st.
And they are hungry to the cuisine. Like
They want the local good
it's-
products.
Exactly.
How often? I mean, how early do you have to order your turkey? If you order a turkey,
We usually start taking turkeys orders about a month early,
A month out, yeah.
a month before
I
Thanksgiving.
usually,
We
yeah,
start
I
putting
usually
the
call
orders
in about two weeks ahead of time, and that's all you know. Just give them a good 1 week lead
1
time.
week. That's more than enough.
Yeah.
But we do got a limited the orders that we can handle.
yeah.
So
Now-
once we get to that, then we'll have plenty turkeys to pick up. But like special sizes, if you order, we make sure you get your size.
Now, Jose, I mean, it's Oktoberfest in September. I mean, I go into my local supermarket or they got the Halloween candy out there as of August. They have pumpkin spice everywhere. And on the Let's Eat South Florida Facebook group, which we are simulcasting on now at 120,000 members, but we got members are like saying, "Oh, I'm looking for a place to make reservations for New Year's Eve." I was like, "Oh my God, can we get to even Thanksgiving first or Halloween?"
The Today Show did a big story on the buying of the product for October
Right.
already.
Well, yeah, you always have to be, in your line of work, when you're a manager, you have to be thinking ahead of how much are we
a month
ordering.
ahead, a couple of weeks ahead, a week ahead.
How many turkey wings do you sell?
Turkey wings.
Turkey?
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's why you cut them
Because
off.
that's a specialty product.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's incredible how much turkey wings we go through. It's incredible. It's amazing.
Really?
Yes.
Do you sell turkey drumsticks like you see at Disney
We
World?
got the whole leg, no cook, but we got the whole leg, and we'll cut them for the customer that wants just the drumstick. We do just the drumstick.
What's that? Yeah. The big one, the big turkey legs, like you get.
We need to have Gene cook one of those.
Okay, one day we'll do that. I'll just sit here and eat it
crabs
during
and
the
a
whole
turkey.
show.
Yeah. We need to have Gene cook one of those for you.
It's all good. And again, you guys just are all about the freshness and the seasonality. And okay, so we've got the Alaskan salmon in.
Yep.
We still got Florida lobster season.
Florida
ongoing.
lobsters, that will be all the way to March 31st.
Oh, okay.
It's
I
the
didn't
last-
realize it was that long.
You
A lot of
get the Branzino flown in from Spain.
The Branzino, it gets either from Spain, Greece, or
Mediterranean. You call it Mediterranean.
or Greece.
The last time
That's
it was Spain.
the biggest producers of Branzino.
Really?
And it's beautiful looking product.
It's
and it gives
really
you-
And it's
pretty.
amazing. The
It's-
flavor, the oil that it has,
It's just
yeah, it's good.
it's
You
a butter.
just throw-
It's the butter.
You throw that on the grill, skin on, and then you just end up, peeling off the skin, deboning it, squeezing a little lemon on it.
that's all you need.
It's a very tender, it's very moist fish.
Now, Jose,
which is what I like.
you told us before that you're you're not a meanie, but you're strict. If you see something come in that doesn't meet the quality standards, you turn the truck away and said, not this batch. Not
I mean, not all the time, and it's sad to say, but as hard as they work in the boat, the commercial fishermen, they work really hard in the boat.
Yeah, they
Don't
do.
get me wrong. Sometimes they're so excited about how much fish they're catching, they forgot to handle it the right way. Put them in the ice water, to put them in the cooler, and unfortunately, the fish gets beat up, and
right.
unfortunately, you
You only
have to say no.
right. You want the high quality fish, the stuff that is gonna cook up right and looks good, and yeah, because the last thing you want is to sell bad product to customers.
It just doesn't go that way.
You don't do that. here.
No, that's just the bottom line. It won't go that way.
Yeah,
No,
and
that's-
I can't remember the last time that something I bought here wasn't to my satisfaction.
No.
It's something that I had to bring. I mean, every time I get the beautiful pink, the Key West pink shrimp
West
with
pink
the
shrimp.
with the shells on, and that's usually on sale. And I think it is on sale this week.
The
$10.99 a pound.
26.30, the large.
Yeah. And you just get a batch of that, and you do that, and you kind of do a shrimp boil with some Old Bay and some
Old Bay.
potatoes and corn.
You
You got a simple, beautiful Sunday meal.
And,
Yeah.
and it's really good flavor on it.
Yeah, that Key West is the Key West pink shrimp is my favorite when it comes to
That
the
will
shrimp.
be, and it's the true
the rock shrimp.
rock shrimp. Oof, I haven't seen that.
You get
A-
sometimes a
lot of people, because how hard it is to process them, to actually clean them, people went away from that.
Okay.
But that to me, it get caught with the Key West pink, and it's especially item. That's been a while since I've seen those, and trust me, those are the good stuff.
That's really good.
Do you still carry those Royal Reds, or with that?
Those are the Argentinian red shrimp,
Mhm.
and they come in at like 1,700 feet of water, so it's a pretty deep shrimp. It has a lot of fat content.
Right,
It's
they're
very tender,
rich.
very rich.
And they
oil,
kind of
fat.
sometimes I would say
Do you sell it?
Yeah, we sell it right here. It's very soft, but
sometimes
it's
I
because
call
of the
it,
fatness and the meat.
I call it sometimes a little bit mealy. It's not my particular favorite. And again, shrimp food, everything is subjective. Some people like that fatty flavor. I mean, it's a nice.
Because the Key
Change
West
of
pink
pace.
is crunchy.
Yeah.
That one is.
You know
soft.
me. Well, Defo knows me. I don't know about Tony and Jose. Give me that crunchy. I like something with a good snap.
Yeah.
To me, that indicates like good freshness. And yeah, those Key West with the snap.
They had that snap on it.
And again, if you make
Now the
even-
other one, it's just as fresh.
Yeah,
but
it's just a
it
different
doesn't.
texture.
It's just totally. I mean, coming at 1,700 feet of water, super cold,
It's
very
a good
fatty
product.
shrimp, very smooth,
Good
and people
flavor.
love that flavor. The people love that they don't have the crunch. So you got the people that both world.
Yeah,
I'm like you. I like a snap.
a little snap.
Yeah.
It's good. But when it comes to
We're from Florida.
when it comes to the fish, that's when you grill up a whole snapper and you get that beautiful, just it's tender, melt in your mouth kind of.
Let's not forget about their dips and their fish.
Oh, thank you, Tony. Because is he good? Is he a pro?
Is he good or what? He's been around. I think I got to see him a lot more in this show.
No,
no, the fish dip here is
the
world
fish dip
famous.
is world famous.
And the salmon, you have that salmon dip too.
The salmon dip also.
Yeah, and all those dips you just grab and go.
And now with the
Perfect.
football season, it's the best thing. You open the container, put some crackers on the side, and
Yes.
let everybody serve their self.
Everybody's happy.
Forgetting
Everybody's
chips and salsa, the nachos and salsa. Forget the potato chips with the sour cream. You want just like some good thin crackers. I used to get those water crackers you sell right here that have different varieties right in front. You get those water crackers. Thank you, Tony. Very deft of hand there. The savory water crackers and sometimes just the thin and plain. But you just get that with some of the fish dip and a couple of dashes of Tabasco sauce.
Now with the football season, Gene start making the buffalo dip.
The chicken buffalo dip. I had that one time.
Is that good?
Oh,
it's better than good, Tony.
Oh,
it's worth walking 5 miles on the Broadwalk every morning.
Oh my God, Tony! I has to hook you up.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff, and you could put it on even like a little bit of garlic toast, and you spread it on that. They have you have spinach dip, right? You still have
spinach dip.
All those.
I got that buffalo dip with a bottle of wine, and I told the wife, "I'm happy. Don't worry about it."
Yeah. We gave Defo last month the tuna salad here, which I love because it's spiked with a little curry flavor.
Tuna salad?
Yeah, the tuna salad.
And it's from fresh tuna. It's not
really.
It's not,
yeah, they use it with the scraps from leftover tuna.
The tips and stuff like that. That's what we use.
And you can really taste the difference. And they whip it up. And again, it's not just that straight mayonnaise. They put in a little bit of the island flavor here. You get a little bit of that curry, so it feels like you're, in the the Caribbean. It's good. It's a really good product.
He was impressed last
even
month
Defo,
when he tried it.
His palate sometimes runs a little to the vanilla side of the street.
His palate.
We need to talk to him when he comes back.
Oh no, I love just
Bring me
trashing
back.
Defo when he's gone.
We need to talk to him when he comes back.
He's not here to defend himself, and he's on the food depth chart on the Lunchbox. I mean, you got. I don't want to promote myself like Deion Sanders, but I do look in the mirror when I want to talk number one on the depth chart here. But Lubie Lubitz, he has really, really progressed in the 2 years since we've been doing this.
He has increased his palate.
He goes to Morocco. He's eating the tagine things. He's like trying all the fancy wines. He's really open-minded when it comes to food and beverage, and that's what we like to see.
Yeah.
Tony Segreto, he's a class individual. 1A, 1B, we're all up there. Jose, of course, he's in the business.
Yeah.
But Defo, he gives his Chardonnay, and he probably wouldn't even like half of these sausages. He would just I'll just have the plain chicken. We love you, Defo. We hope you're crushing it at the horses today. So that's
Go high.
Yeah, you know what? I'm right in the gutter. I'm hanging out at Let's Eat South Florida too much, where everybody is just. Sometimes they get into a feeding frenzy, but
that's the best part about it.
We have fun. That's the important.
That's
thing.
the whole.
And we eat well.
And we eat well.
We eat well, but at the same time, it becomes friends.
Yeah.
So it's you're having a really nice conversation.
Yeah.
And you're saying the truth. It's not like you're making up stuff.
No.
And that's the whole part. Is what you see is what you get.
I can tell you
nowhere else.
This is the best sausage I've had.
Yeah, no, you can tell the difference when it's house made. When something is fresh in house, it's not processed. It's not sitting around in some warehouse and sitting on a pallet in a freezer or fridge for a while. It's coming right out to the shelves.
And that's the reason
right onto your plate, right onto
so
the
many
grill.
times. Yeah. Because it's fresh. So it's not something that you can make and just, let's sit them in the cooler for a week. It doesn't going to work.
That's all good. All right, Jose. So thank you. We're going to take our last and final break. We appreciate you coming on.
Thank you very much.
Give our regards to Gene, the grilling machine, because he always cooks up a storm. And that's the other thing. People should realize there are grab-and-go items for, the hectic weeknights when you don't want to prepare a full, dinner or throw things on the grill like on a weekend, you can pick up what kind of
roasted
things.
chicken,
right?
roasted chickens, all the salads that we make here. You can call and have something.
You'll steam
prepared.
up fish or the lobster tail. So it's
Exactly.
also
We steam them and just
You
take
steam
it home and prepare. It's already ready. Just warm it up a
you
little bit.
just throw it up with a side dish or something. Which
Perfect.
again, you could pick up the.
Sorry, we don't have no tables to eat. This is the only
This is-
special table.
Well, it's funny because when I was inviting Tony to come on out here this week, he was like, "Do they have a restaurant there? How do you do this?" I said, "Well, they make a restaurant for us on the Lunchbox."
It's spoiled. It's spoiled.
It's good to be the king.
It's spoiled.
They bring
I'm
out
coming
a table.
back here and demanding the table.
No, don't.
I'm sitting in the
Don't
middle.
give them any ideas. They do a great job, and again, that's why we love coming in and do the show every month, because you can see the action here all
Yeah.
through the lunch hour. People
I
are
don't know.
streaming
I
in.
don't know what's gonna happen next month when the Stone Crab season opens. Because when you see
Well, we'll
people,
have to. We're gonna have to.
squeeze.
We're gonna
to-
squeeze a little bit. We're gonna also Mike Lubitz is gonna be armed with a fly swatter to keep people away from grabbing the claws, because sometimes they think it's like samples, and they're like, no, we're doing a show here. We're promoting the
We
product.
have to let them know.
We need to keep the product on the screen so it looks pretty. And next month, though, you'll see me grabbing it.
No, this is like-
Luby's gonna go. No, I need to have some for Shirley.
Next month it's gonna be a challenge.
We
Next
love
month,
Stone Crab time of year, and we also love Oktoberfest. Come on in right now this week to Delaware
Yes.
Chicken Farm and Seafood Market, 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, just south of Sterling Road. This is my hood, Tony. I love it. I shoot right down Sterling Road from the east. Come over here. I'm here less than 10 minutes.
I
Jose sees me on the weekends sometimes.
I less than 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Go-
And
I think I'm gonna be seeing him a lot more.
Yeah.
There's be a lot more now.
Come on in, pick up all the quality, fresh goodness, and the service here also. They got so much counter help. You pull the little ticket, they're going to call your number, and you're going to be saying bingo within like a minute or two. It's
We try.
well
We really
staffed.
try.
It's well staffed and well
sometimes it
run.
gets a little crowded, and that's, to be expected.
It's actually it's fun when it's crowded.
Yeah.
People really enjoy. My experience is a lot of people enjoy it to be a little more crowded.
Well,
they like to talk to other people.
We
Yeah,
end up
yeah.
talking to our. It's what doesn't happen enough now in this day and age where everybody's looking down at their phone. When you come in here and maybe you got to wait for your number to be called, and you chat up a neighbor like, oh, what do you get when you're here? What do you have? What do you recommend? And then
Exactly.
you kind of, it's you socialize, you kibitz a little bit. It's great. It's
Yeah,
like
it's
it's
wonderful.
what part of the old school values
different.
that
Yes.
makes me a big fan.
Yeah, very
of
very
Delaware
true.
Chicken Farm.
Very true.
All right, Jose, get
Thank
back
you
to
so
work.
much.
Start looking
Appreciate that.
into the whole stone crab. What do
I'll
you think?
be seeing you soon.
I don't-
I'll
I-
be seeing you soon.
One last question. I know this is like asking about hurricane insurance rates. It's like, what do you see in the way of the stone crab pricing? Is it going to be going up and up, or it's all season? I mean, at the beginning, it's always high.
I think it's always high in the beginning, and it's normally starts with the prices that they closed the season before.
Right.
So you don't see any movement on prices.
Last year we were about
into-
$29.99 for mediums
for
at the end.
mediums.
Yeah,
That was the end.
this is painful for
So
me. 'Cause
usually the beginning of the first week of the season, it starts
everything is
with the
stratified.
same thing
Right.
that it finished the season the year before, and 2 weeks later, then the market adjusts of what production and
Yeah.
storms. And last year we got hit with one of the big storms, and
Right,
took
it wiped
out of
it out.
commission,
Yeah, you
know,
lose
a third of the
traps,
fleet.
right, and
so
you can't get out.
It made her. It hurt.
Yeah.
Right.
It hurt in the product. That's
Well,
pretty much
God
it.
willing, there will be no storms and it'll be a smooth sailing. But in terms of some of the other factors, I mean, was last year's harvest? Are the stone crabs replenishing? Because I know there was some concern about
They are.
overfishing, and they reduced the season by 2 weeks. It ends on May 1st instead of it used to be May 15th.
They increased the sizes and the medium, so
Right.
it's-
So
it
yeah,
went a little bit bigger than
more
the mediums,
restrictive. You can't just pick anything up and out.
which
Right?
that would take an effect at least 3 years.
Yeah.
Then you could see,
Mhm.
okay, listen, it's more mediums and more large because
They're getting to grow up.
they're
more.
already to grow up,
Yeah.
and then they get to reproduce a little
yeah,
more product.
yeah.
They got some good science behind what they do. Would they do the right thing all the time? They should have
Yeah.
conversations with the commercial fishermen too,
Right.
but they don't. Are They don't go there.
Nobody's interest to have a species wiped out or overfished.
No,
so
especially that one.
Hopefully they are getting all the different measures in place so you achieve that happy balance between getting enough product that will keep all the customers and the stone crab lovers happy, and all the fishermen and seafood stores selling product and
and it's something
Delaware
different every year.
Yeah. All right. Well, we look forward to
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate
having
it.
the first bounty.
Stone crab season to be here.
And thank you again
I'll
for
be here
Oktoberfest. I know I'm going to stuff a couple of these in my pockets and then have some beer tonight.
Take it wrong. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jose. We'll be back on the Lunchbox to wrap up this edition after these words.
Want great Italian food in a beautiful beachfront setting? Have I got the place for you? Casa Calabria at the Ocean Manor Resort, 4040 Galt Ocean Drive in Fort Lauderdale. Highly rated across all the restaurant review platforms and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. Delicious, authentic Southern Italian food in a cozy dining room overlooking the Atlantic. Live music in the lounge, full bar, and a great wine list. Owner Frank Talrico takes great pride in his family recipes from his native Calabria. Fresh fish and seafood, veal, house-made pastas, and marinara sauces smooth as silk. You gotta try the imported meats and cheeses on the antipasto platters, and don't miss that ricotta gnocchi. Fluffy little pillows straight from heaven. Casa Calabria, open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday, closed on Mondays. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mike Mayo. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a good bagel with Nova or some matzo ball soup, homemade knishes, or a great deli pastrami sandwich on rye, you know where I go? Grandpa's Cafe in Dania Beach. It's been around a long time, an institution, but a little over a year ago, a pair of New Yorkers came in, bought it, and refurbished the place. It's beautiful, and they are now serving great breakfast, brunch, lunch. They've got the omelets. They've got eggs Benedict. They've got all kinds of great baked goods like rugelach. Grandpa's is just off Federal Highway on Southwest 1st Street in Dania Beach. It's open 7 days. Go in there, tell them that the Lunchbox said. It's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, for tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
We're back on the Lunchbox, and we are munching on various things. Jose just brought us a little of that
tuna.
Fresh tuna salad. Tony has not had that. What do you think? The verdict?
I'm coming back again. Damn.
You really can tell the difference when they use that fresh tuna from the,
It's like actual tuna. They don't use
use it from the whole fish that they don't use for the fillets out front. They're
It's
digging
great.
into all the
It
different
is
parts
fabulous,
of the fish
fabulous,
and using
fabulous.
every
Literally
bit
a
of the
tuna
goodness.
salad. Yep.
And man, you can really always taste the difference here at Delaware. We got to put in a kind word for our friends at Tropical Acres Steakhouse,
Yes, sir.
right down the road
Not far from
here.
here.
Also on, well, it's not technically Hollywood, but it's right in between. You know, the old Fort Lauderdale, Dania Beach area, Griffin Road, 2500. You go in there.
These old places, these places that have been
Do you
around.
notice a theme here on the
Yeah,
Lunchbox?
I do, Mike. And
Classy,
I give you credit for
respected.
that. Because
I like supporting, and you're a guy who is branded now on the morning show as old school.
Yeah.
And I really have an appreciation for old school Florida places, South Florida places that doing things right. Some places lasting over 50, 60,
Well,
70
Miss Market,
years.
are you kidding me? I mean, when you make 5 years, that's heralded.
Yeah, so it means obviously they're doing something right. They have good product. They treat people well, both employees and customers. That's why part of the reason I love Delaware.
Some of these
I love Tropical Acres.
Some of these people have been here for 30 years.
Oh, yeah. Tropical Acres has tons of people that have been there for
and,
decades.
And Jack Studiali and his family, I mean, they've been running the place since the early 60s, just like Doug and Elsie have been, here at Delaware since the early 60s. And there's something to be said for continuity and loyalty among, both, both employees.
There's
and
a reason people stay.
Yeah.
They don't stay when they're bitter.
And there's a reason people like me and like me keep coming back and get my Thanksgiving bird every year and come to celebrate.
If you don't lose weight, you'll be a Thanksgiving bird.
He's on it.
I'm on it.
He's on it.
I'm
He's
trying.
on it. He's on it.
No, I just got to remove the stuffing. That's the problem. But again, at Tropical Acres, they've been doing a lot of things right. That prime rib that they roast daily, the filet mignon, that barrel cut filet that you see it at twice the price at a lot of these local steakhouses. They're using quality Angus beef, that center cut, a barrel cut filet. Sometimes you can wrap it in bacon. These days, I'm not going to wrap it in bacon. Yeah. But it comes with a salad and a side dish, and it's reasonably priced. And if you eat there enough with groups, you get that loyalty reward punch card filled up. So for every 12 entrees that you purchase, you get the 13th one on the house up to a $35 value. And $35 at Tropical Acres actually gets you a long way. Nice piece of filet mignon or a prime rib.
But almost get you the lobster special.
Yeah, the lobster special. If you use it there, it would be $4 because it's $39.
Yeah.
With the loyalty reward card would be good for the first 35, but $39 for 2 whole steamed North Atlantic lobsters with the salad and a side dish. You can't beat those kinds
Let
of prices.
me tell you something, Mike. You have done a magnificent job of building a reputation.
Yes,
really. Okay, you have. We don't know how, but you definitely have. He's not wrong there. We've seen it. We're amazed at it, but it exists. It's there.
And you stuck with Delaware Chicken Farm, Tropical Acres.
For all my bluster,
they've been around a long time.
And for all my crabbiness, I mean, people can tell that I have a passion for good food. Yeah. And I do have a respect for places that do things right and treat people right. Yep. Tropical Acres is one of those places. Go in there today. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Don't forget about happy hour in the bar from 4 to 6:30. Half price drinks. Any drink in the joint. I drink my Belvedere Martini. $7. No, it's $8 with all unbelievable deals. I love it. Go to Tropical Acres and tell them Lunchbox sent you. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up for today. I can't believe another hour gone
by.
Mike, it's been a pleasure. It's been an absolute pleasure.
I love hanging out with you because I've never seen people so giddy to just be around somebody. And like, Tony, it's a long lost friend, and I'm so happy that you've become part of the Lunchbox family.
It's really cool. And let me tell you something. Mike Mayo ran the streets pretty good in his younger days.
Still do some nights. No, not anymore. I'm much more tame than
Mike,
my
you've done a great job. You've done a great job.
I'm all grown up and grown around.
Well, the week isn't over, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow we cap off each week one of our favorite places after Delaware.
Gulfstream Racetrack.
Gulfstream Park, 10 Palms. We're going to be there with our usual, Sunday brunch contest. Joe Beja, executive director of hospitality. Excuse me. And this weekend, Saturday, I'm going to be.
Oh, it's this weekend is the thing.
Saturday.
Is that the barbecue one?
Barbecue. Bourbon and barbecue
in
the Flamingo Room. I am going to be there.
TVs?
I'm going to bring a guest. Huh? Yeah, no,
There's a lot of games.
Yeah, there's a lot of games. They'll have games on TV. I'm going to be going by Uber. I don't know if Tony's going to make it, but tomorrow, before we get to the big barbecue and bourbon event Saturday, we're going to have a lunchbox. Is Joey coming back? That's awesome. And I told Dave Joseph, who my former colleague, sports writer at the Sun Sentinel, who is now the senior vice president of communications at Gulfstream. I said, Tony and Joey are going to be back tomorrow doing the show. He was like, I got to come upstairs. I got to say hi to these guys. And he goes, who are you going to have doing the show next week? Sonny Hirsch?
God willing.
It's like back from the grave. Well, who knows? No, Sonny, we miss him. We miss a lot of people.
Miss him a lot.
Trying to get Eddie Kaplan out of the
retirement,
out of mothballs or something. Man. I'd love to be able to reel him in to do a show because I miss those days of sports talk radio and really lively, vigorous, and full sports coverage on our local TV stations. But alas, things change, but we're still here because we roll with the times, and streaming is the modern
way to go.
Answer and the modern way to go. And again, we got to thank everybody out here at Delaware. It was
Delaware
great,
Chicken Farm.
Great to see Doug Carter, the owner, today.
Yes, it was.
He's going to be going on a little
He's
trip
85
soon.
years old.
85 years young.
Young.
He is spry and looking great and treats us so well and treats all his customers and employees well. Thanks again to Jose and Gene, the managers, who treated us so well. And thanks to Brenda, who the marketing maven, who loves taking pictures and posting us up.
It was a great job. Yeah, it was a great job. Gets the word out.
Again, DelawareChicken.com is the website. You can find all the weekly specials and the daily offerings and some of Brenda's great handiwork. And I'm going to go out with a little bite of beans and a sausage here. Notice how we held off on eating the beans till later in the show. Another veteran move on the lunchbox. All right, that's going to do for today. For Tony Segreto, Mike Lubie Lubitz, and the absent, traveling, gambling Jeff Defo at the Forest, I'm Mike Mayo saying thanks for tuning in. See you tomorrow at Gulfstream, and enjoy every sausage and sandwich.